top 5 action figures of 2022 over $150. DorkLair. Welcome to the very first DorkLair action figure video of 2023. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm looking forward to a lot of great collecting stuff going on in 2023, the 5th year of the channel, actually. But first, we do have some unfinished business that we need to attend to, and that is to round out my third and final of my best of 2022 action figure lists. And now we are into the super premium, the Hot Toys, the Mondo. This is where Galactus would be, for example. If I had bought Galactus, it probably would have been on the top of my list. I did not get Galactus, but things like that, those $250, $300, $400, who knows, $500, $600 type items that you just can't compare to $25, $30, even $60, $80 figures. I wouldn't even begin to know where to start a list like that includes everything top to bottom. Just too difficult. And if you're wondering why this is a top 5 and not a top 10 like my other two lists, it's mostly because of time. I actually did this year get enough figures to do a top 10 list, but I just kind of run out of time. And so one of the cuts was just to not do 10, just to do 5, bang out a quick video, and then move on with other reviews and such. So one of those figures that probably would have been in the top 10, Hot Toys Bo-Katan from The Mandalorian. Katie Sackhoff likeness is pretty darn good if you ask me. I know some people don't think it's great. I really like it. The tailoring, the suit, all of the weathering, and just the whole look of the outfit is amazing, but the articulation is pretty much garbage. This figure cannot move. The elbows are single jointed. The knees are single jointed. And I know that Hot Toys tend to be the types of figures that people are okay with leaving in somewhat of a museum pose, but I do like to pose my figures, and especially ones like this they don't have suits that are going to get all damaged and stuff from cool poses. So this is one I very much would have loved awesome articulation on, and that is why Bo-Katan did not make my top 5 and is just my runner-up. Number 5, Mondo, Masters of the Universe, Revelation, Skeletor. And I was kind of on the fence with this, mostly because it was a timed release, giving a lot less time to plan and budget for it, and especially it being a line, the Revelation line, that I don't really think I'll collect. Like, I don't think I'll get the He-Man figure. I got this mostly because I love Mark Hamill and I loved his performance. But I'm glad I got this because this new body that they're using is incredible. The joints are smooth. The proportions are great. It's an improvement over what was already a pretty cool buck, but had its kind of, little like quirks about it with the creaky joints, and certain things were a little bit looser, but this is nice and it's got that smooth tightness, it's got that premium feel to it. And that's why even if I had the new He-Man in hand, which technically would be eligible for this list, I don't think it would make it because it's still on that old body. As awesome as that figure looks, it's on that old body still. And this is a major upgrade in terms of just the overall feel of the plastic and everything. Love this Skeletor. Did not expect this one to be so high up on my list. Number 4, ThreeZero Infinity Saga DLX Iron Man Hulkbuster armor. This thing is a tank. As you may have seen in my previous video, my top 10 action figures between $50 and $150. My newest obsession is the Iron Man figures from ThreeZero. I love this line. The paint jobs are amazing, and that continues through with this Hulkbuster figure. The reds, the metallic golds, the sculpted details throughout this entire thing. They've put so much attention to detail on this figure. There are some really cool articulation, like engineering features here. There's a lot of metal and die cast. There's metal joints and things. It just feels like one of those super premium figures. And for $250, I kind of think this is a decent deal. Like, this is a value piece right here. And I've seen it for less. Like, I got mine for $211, I think, from Time Walker Toys. So this is a figure that's, to me, a value. And really the only thing keeping it from being higher on my list is this one limitation, and that is it does not twist at the waist. You have all this incredible articulation in the arms and the legs, and there's crunch forward and back, and there's just like a lot of articulation, but it's missing that one piece to really bring it to the next level in terms of posing. So for that reason, it really is just number 4, but I do highly recommend this line. Normally I would say, hey, if you collect 112 MCU stuff already, this is not really the line for you because these Iron Man figures are bigger than 112 scale. They're like 7-inch, not 6-inch figures. But for this Hulkbuster, the bigger the better, right? So as far as I'm concerned, I would totally slide this right in with an SH Figuarts or a Marvel Legends, although it might not look quite right with Marvel Legends because it is so crisp and shiny. But still, it's going to look great with other 112 figures. ThreeZero Hulkbuster. Number 3, Hot Toys, The Clone Wars, Anakin Skywalker. Hot Toys did an excellent job here of blending live action Hayden Christensen with the Clone Wars animated Anakin Skywalker. The weathering on the armor is awesome. I love the cloth on this figure. It moves really well. The joints are great. Nice articulation. Cool accessories. There's a few different looks. You can swap out the different armors and stuff. Just a fully featured, awesome Hot Toys figure. And I'm trying to resist the urge to like go really heavy on Clone Wars collecting. But man, these Clone Wars figures are great. I do want that Obi-Wan if they ever get around to making it. But Hot Toys, Anakin Skywalker, currently still available. Like this thing I think was on sale even pretty recently. Like, highly recommend this figure. This is a good one. If you're into Clone Wars and you're into 6-scale figures, I can't imagine not owning this figure. It's awesome. Number 2, X06 Star Trek The Next Generation Judge Q, who looks like he jumped right off the screen from that iconic look in Encounter at Farpoint, the Judge Q look. The likeness of John Delancey is awesome. I don't know if it's because, his face is framed a little bit more and maybe it's a little bit easier to like achieve the look or what, but this is the best likeness in the line as far as I'm concerned among the ones I do have, which are generally the TNG era, Star Trek The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager. This, to me, is the best likeness. In addition to the amazing likeness, the robes, the tailoring, the cloth goods on this figure are blowing me away. This is one that I think the style of the character just plays a big part in it because among the other uniformed characters on my shelf, this one really stands out and it's always drawing my eye. The layering of the robes, the way it's all shaped, and then that necklace that really just brings it all together. They did an incredible job making essentially a tiny replica type piece right here. X06 likes to brag about their museum pieces. Like this is the Star Trek Museum, and this is one that really feels like it achieves that status. And my number 1 action figure of 2022 is the Hot Toys Snowspeeder Luke from the Empire Strikes Back 40th Anniversary Collection. And real quick, I would love to hear what your favorite action figure is of 2022. So make sure that you keep this conversation going by sharing your pick in the comments below. But anyway, like Anakin before him, this one is a complete Hot Toys figure. It's got multiple looks. It's got incredible details throughout all of the cloth goods. You've got swap out parts. You have good articulation. It's just an iconic looking Luke Skywalker. I think for a lot of people, iconic Luke is Farm Boy, Bespin, and Jedi Luke. Like those are the big 3 in my opinion from each movie. But this is the look that sort of cuts across multiple films. Luke in an orange pilot suit with helmet is to me like almost more iconic than any of the other looks. And they did an incredible job with this. You can pose it with the helmet on, the helmet off, with the helmet padding underneath, or you can have him with his hair. Just a lot of great looks. He has a lightsaber, he has the blaster, and for me, what really takes this figure to the next level is putting it next to this Sideshow R2-D2. This is the Sideshow Deluxe R2-D2, and those two together on my shelf, it's probably top 5 in my entire collection. Just those two next to each other, that look right there is all I need. Like I don't need any other figures. I can just have that set aside on its own, and it's one of the most beautiful, iconic Star Wars displays that I could ever want. To me, this figure is nearly perfect, and that's why it is my #1 action figure over $150 from 2022. Anyway, thanks for watching my video, and until next time, may the Force be with you.